um, anyways, let's talk about, man. Let me talk about Keyshawn and Tank. Is that a real thing? Is it a real thing? Keyshawn and Tank. Think about it. No, it's not a real thing. Keyshawn is showing the signs, right? That last fight was a great sign that he's trending in the right direction. You know, he's talking. He wants all the smoke. That's great. That's fantastic. You want a young fighter. You want a fighter to always want to fight the best guys out there. Um, is he ready for Tank? I think Keyshawn is ready for Tank skill wise, but I still think that he needs to have a championship experience before he steps in and face, the best fighter at 135 pounds. Like I get he wants to fight. I get it. I understand, but you need a little bit more experience, in the big moment. That homecoming was fantastic. I mean, that was unreal. I mean, I hadn't had a lot of fun at a boxing event in a long time, man, and I really enjoyed those fights. I really did. I enjoyed it, man. All the way across the board. I thought it was a very interesting card, and I thought the moment. I actually knew the moment wasn't going to be that big for Keyshawn. This is a guy that fought in the Olympics. So when you fought in the Olympics, you represent your country. Just a lot of pressure put upon you. So I knew he likes to operate under those circumstances, and he does. And he has superstar potential. He really does, man. But again, that big fight experience, you got to have it before you step in there with a guy like Tank, who's a lion. Tank is a lion, and he is considered the best fighter in the division. Although you have Shakur Stevenson there too, that I believe that has done a little bit more than Tank has. Just in my opinion, some might disagree with me, but he gets that experience. Is he ready then? I think he will be. I really do. I think Keyshawn is a special talent, but I've been waiting on Keyshawn to have this moment, to put it all together. He came hot on the scene, right? Hot on the scene, and then he had a couple of like iffy performances, Maybe he was counting his blessings too soon. Maybe he wasn't, working as hard as he needed to. He got popped for that, marijuana, well, it wasn't performance enhancement drug, but I'm just saying for the marijuana in the system, he looked really good. I thought in the Madrueno fight, I thought he looked really good. But I still saw that he got tired, so conditioning wise, stamina wise, he needs to improve on in that area, especially if you're going to face a guy like Tank. But all in all, I just felt that this last fight, he was able to put it all together, man, and compartmentalize everything, man. And he was so confident and so ready for this event that I'm like, man, if he continues to be that way, it's gonna be tough to beat a kid like that. He's extremely talented and skillful, man, and he works with the B&B boxing, Brian McIntyre, all them guys, man. They call him the three-headed monsters. He works with Crawford. He spars with Crawford. So he gets a lot of experience and he learns a lot from the best in the business. So he's confident. I like that confidence that he's exuding. But I think he still needs maybe maybe he needs a championship fight. If he fights Baranchik, he gets a strap, then that's going to improve him even more, his confidence even more. And then why not fight Tank? Why not fight Tank? Do I believe he can beat him? I believe he can. You got to look, to beat Tank, there's a couple of ways that I feel that you can beat Tank. And you can disagree with me or not. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to give you my take. See, Tank, if you can bully Tank, if you take his punch, if you can bag him up, you can force him on his back foot, you can beat him. That's one way. There's 100 ways to skin a cat, right? So, and another way is you can outbox him. He's a slow starter. Tank likes to download information. He likes to figure out your patterns, and once he figures out your patterns, then he starts to set up and starts to load up with his punches. You can win the first part of the fight. You can outbox him. Keyshawn can box. he can box extremely well. So, but towards the end, Keyshawn gonna have to be concentrated. Keyshawn can't make no mistakes. And if he can do that, he can win on the scorecards. Absolutely. And stay on his feet, he can definitely win on the scorecards. All he has to do is get 7 rounds. That's it. 7 rounds. And he can win the fight, people. Think about that. If Tank is giving up the first 5 or 6, in the back end of the fight, if you can win 2 rounds, you can beat Tank if you stay on your feet. If you don't touch that canvas, you can beat Tank. But it's a lot easier said than done.